Sometimes, in life, things don't go the way we want. We pray, we hope, and we wait, but nothing seems to change. In those moments, it's easy to feel abandoned and hopeless. But what if the challenges we face are actually part of a greater plan? What if what seems like a disaster is actually leading us towards something better? Once upon a time, a large ship was caught in a violent storm at sea and sank. Everyone on board drowned along with the ship, except for one man. By the will of the Almighty, this man miraculously survived and, in an unconscious state, washed up on a deserted island. When he regained consciousness, he found himself alone on the island, with no one in sight for miles. Feeling hopeless, he looked up at the sky and prayed, "Oh my Lord, please help me. Send some help for me." The entire day passed, but no help arrived. A few days later, he stopped praying because he had lost all hope. He could no longer remain patient. Determined to survive, he gathered some branches and built a small shelter. He plucked coconuts from trees and started fishing for food. About 15 to 20 days passed. By then, he had completely given up hope of being rescued. So after nearly 20 days of effort, he built a small hut with branches. One day, while he was out collecting coconuts, he returned to find his hut engulfed in flames and completely destroyed. Looking up at the sky, he began to cry and said, "Oh God, I asked for your help, but you didn't help me. The only shelter I had, you burned it down. Why, God? Why are you so cruel?" He spent the entire night blaming God and eventually fell asleep. The next morning, he was awakened by a loud sound. When he opened his eyes, he saw a large ship docked near his island. Overjoyed, he wasted no time and quickly got on board. Once on the ship, he asked the captain, "How did you know I was stranded on this deserted island?" The captain replied, "We saw a signal fire rising from the island. We realized someone was here, so we came to rescue you." At that moment, the man remembered his burnt hut. He now understood that the fire the captain had seen was actually from his destroyed home. He realized that it was all part of his Lord's plan to get him off that deserted island. He understood that God's plan was far greater than his own. He thanked God and sought forgiveness for his doubts. In our own lives, when we face difficulties, our faith starts to weaken. We become impatient and begin complaining to the Almighty. But we don't realize what plans He has for us. We can never predict His wisdom. He provides for all creatures in this world. He knows exactly what to give and when to give it. So whenever your plans seem to fail, whenever things don't go your way, have faith in Him. He always has a plan for you. Before closing one door, He opens another. Never lose hope. If you like this story, share it and leave a like to share your thoughts.